Well, hi, I'm Steven.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm Dave.
And I'm David, and I'm a Texan, and I love cigars. This is the Roadshow. Yeah, exactly right. I mean, what's going on? What is going on, guys? Dave Yancey, myself here because we're in Tobacco Cabana, Cedar Hill, Texas. Steven, Rhonda, Bob, we thank them all, but Steven's sick.
Yes.
Not feeling well, but the show must go on. We have to shoot a show because we got so much going on in the month of June. He's got things going on. I've got things going on, and we had to carry on.
As they say, the show must go on.
It must go on. So that's what we're doing. Even though Mr. Rast is at home trying to feel better, we're gonna be here at Tobacco Cabana in Cedar Hill and continue on with a little bit of news, right? But before we do the news, what do we do, Dave? You're getting ready.
I'm not waiting around. I mean, you're chattering and going on. I was like, I'm about to get the drink on.
I know it. And what are we drinking, man? I love this stuff.
Revenant oak. I mean, this is from Andalusia. This is a Texas peated whiskey. They are making their names known when it comes to single malts.
You know what? And the bad thing about it is, I think peat scares people away. Scotch. If people say they don't like Scotch, what they're saying is I don't like peat.
Right.
That's what they're saying.
They're saying I don't like smoke. And there is a difference between the two. Don't let people fool you.
Right. But you know how I got this?
How's that?
Total Wine, clearancing it out.
What?
This was the only one. Now they're keeping the other two Andalusia. It's
so
not that they're getting rid of Andalusia.
They're keeping the Striker.
Yes, they're keeping that. The manager told me they had only sold one bottle of this in 6 months. So it's like they're not going to let it take shelf space. So they're getting it out. So they had it $30 off. I'll buy it.
Yeah, everybody stay away from my Total Wine till I can go by.
Right. So, I mean, all Total Wines are different. They all operate differently.
Right.
So that, you know, hey, if this one's moving it, fine, it's there. But that one, they weren't going to. And this is the only Andalusia that I hadn't tried before.
Oh, I love it.
So,
I love it, yeah.
This is, you know, a Texas whiskey. And it is actually, you know, it says certified. Is there a difference between that being certified?
Yes, yeah. So they're within the Texas whiskey group.
Okay.
There's certain things that they want you to do, in other words, to be considered a Texas certified whiskey.
Okay. Okay.
And part of that is sourcing your mash bill, your grains, from Texas.
Okay.
So,
and this is a grain to glass.
That is a grain to glass.
Okay. Meaning everything they use is Texas.
Yes.
That is what it is.
Which is very nice.
And we're smoking here, before we get into our Texas toast here, what are we smoking? We're smoking the McAuliffe Small A. So this was a cigar back when it first came out. You had to get it from a rep.
Well, and when they first brought this out, if you remember a couple of years back when there was the contest that McAuliffe was doing on this blend.
Yeah. And
we were all trying to come up with, all the ambassadors were trying to come up with a name, and they called it the A. Mm-hmm. And the reps brought out this one just to help try to introduce it and grow the awareness of this blend. Yeah. And this is a really unique blend because it's a Nicaraguan Sumatra. Wrapper and binder.
And then Dominican and Nicaraguan fillers.
Right. So
I mean, this is like right up my alley. I love this. I love the regular A, if you will, or the capital A.
The capital A.
I love it. But then when you put it in this smaller size, that is a 1 cup of coffee size cigar, and it's got the flavors that it does. Yeah, it's an amazing cigar.
And with it being a Nicaraguan Sumatra, so we're going to get, because it's Esterly, we're going to get that pepperyness to it.
It's got a nice sweet peppery type of, on the retro hell to me. It's not so peppery that you can't stand it, and then it's got a sweetness to it, to me, because that's Sumatra.
Yeah.
And anyways, hey, we need to get to the toast. We got to get to the toast, man. We carried on long enough. Sorry, guys. But we were getting into it. Great drink, great cigar. And so now it's time to toast you guys. You know, this is what we're here for. Entertain you guys a little bit, bring you some news, but also just to thank you for watching. To good friends, good conversation, what we call Texas Toast.
Texas Toast.
Cheers, brother. Boom.
Well, this is what it's like on this side of the toast.
Yeah, you're usually sitting
I'm usually over there.
It's like, yeah, cheers, Dave. Not today, because like I said, Steven's sick, and we do hope he's feeling better at home. But that is so good.
That is so good. So why don't we take a break, come back, do a little bit of news, and we can keep on talking about all of this together.
Sure, why not? Okay. All right, welcome back, guys. Like Dave said, we're going to do a little bit of news right now. It's what we do, right?
That's what we do.
I think you've got something from PCA, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
And this is J.C. Newman, and we've talked about J.C. Newman quite a bit on the show. And they're shipping the first 2024 release of the Yagua.
Oh, the Yagua, the that's that cigar that's so weirdly shaped because they just wrap it in a banana leaf and they just smash it.
Yeah, and it's whatever it kind of comes
together.
Out.
Each one is different.
Together.
Yeah, and I've got some. It's a great cigar. What are they saying about it?
Well, so this one here, this is soon being rolled 20 years ago. The 20 Yagua cigars are bound together using a wet palmish palm leaf.
Oh, it's a palm leaf, not a banana leaf.
Not a banana leaf. Beach box contains 20 cigars measuring a 6x64 or 6x54.
54,
yeah,
okay,
54.
Thank you. Yes, not 64.
Drew Newman states, it continues to shock me that Yagua has developed a cult-like following.
I would agree with that.
He says, I don't make Yagua to sell, in fact. I didn't think cigar enthusiasts would like Yagua because it breaks all of the cigar making rules. Yagua is misshapen, it's ugly, and it really is kind of an ugly cigar. I mean, it's just.
But it's kind of like, you know, my favorite dog breed is the English Bull Terrier. They're so ugly, they're pretty.
Yeah. This is the interesting thing, and the first time I had one a couple of years ago, I noticed that the tobacco wasn't quite as fermented as what we normally come to expect, but still had great flavors to it.
Okay.
And he states, he goes, we roll it with under-fermented tobacco, and no two Yaguas are alike.
Interesting.
So only 1,550 boxes shipped to 466 cigar retailers across 48 states.
Wow.
So it's going to be a very, very limited release.
Okay. And I've still got probably 17 of those at the house, 17 single cigars at the house from a bundle that I got from our HERF that we had. We had some bundles of those at our year-end HERF that I actually won one. And it's a great cigar. I like it. It is weird, but it is a box-pressed hexagon-ish looking. No, there's no telling what each one will look like. No. But yeah, great piece of news. Okay, guys, stay tuned. We will be right back. I was getting ready to cough.
The name Hoyo de Monterrey holds legendary status in the cigar industry. But behind every legend, there lies a story. A story about real people who did extraordinary things. Our story is one of perseverance, of overcoming long odds, of doing things the way our mentors taught us, again and again, until we got it right. The lessons of our history inform every decision we make, from planting and cultivating tobacco to developing new blends for modern tastes that honor our Honduran heritage. Each Hoyo cigar is a living embodiment of our past, a product of decades of hard-earned knowledge, won every day in the fields, and on the factory floor in our home in Honduras. Because Hoyo is more than just a legendary cigar brand. It's our connection to the traditions that made us, rolled with precision, bound by our history, and wrapped with the accumulated skills of hundreds of years of cigar making experience. We are a testament to tradition. We are Hoyo.
Welcome back, and you got something now for us,
I
right?
do. I've got something from, I think, a name that everybody knows, Hoyo de Monterrey.
Oh, yes.
You know that one?
Oh, yes.
I know that one, yeah. So they've got upcoming collection signal storied brands. New beginning is what they're saying. It'll mark its evolution with the launch of 2 new collections, Hoyo de Monterrey Rojo and Hoyo de Monterrey Oscuro. Rhonda, I know Rhonda likes an Oscuro.
Oh, yes. Rhonda likes an Oscuro.
Oscuro is just double Maduro.
Double Maduro, double right.
Right.
And don't think that that means double strength.
Right, yeah. Double flavorful.
Double flavorful.
I would say that, you know. But what they're saying is the distinctive blends embody the heart and soul of Central American cigar culture ignited by the iconic brand in the mid-1960s.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they're digging back into their history and bringing something forward. It's kind of like what we talked about, Stephen and I, on the last show with, I can't remember which cigar it was, but bringing back old with a new twist on it.
Right, right. Well, back in the 1960s, I mean, the embargo happened in 1962, in February of 1962. So this is right around that time. So this is, I mean, this would come in with that old world style.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about. The senior brand manager, Ed Lehman, said the launch of these blends represents more than just new cigars. They are about honoring the brand's deep-seated foundation in Honduras as one of the first Cuban expat brands available in the U.S. Hoyo de Monterrey laid the foundation for Honduran cigar making nearly 60 years ago and has become a living legend in the world of premium cigars.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And they're saying with the launch of the Rojo and the Oscuro, the brand's journey is reflected in its commitment to balancing traditional Honduran craftsmanship against the handmade cigar category's ever-changing, tides. It's like that's ever-changing, right? So, crafted at the Hatza factory in Danlí, Honduras.
Okay.
Hoyo de Monterrey Rojo and Oscuro are rooted in Honduras's rich volcanic soil and are unified by elements that represent the desires and the modern day smoker. So that's interesting.
They're very, very nice. And,
Yeah.
and we get such good, nice creamy notes and smoky and peppery notes out of our Honduran cigars. I'm excited about
Yeah,
this.
and it's just it's a solid, it's legendary, it's iconic, all those words that fit this cigar brand. So they're saying that the Rojo is a sophisticated yet unpretentious blend made with a rich Honduran Jamastran wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and the filler tobaccos from Honduras, Nicaraguan, and DR. And medium in body. I think that is pretty much...
That's pretty much right, yeah.
Yeah. And the experience delivers notes of cinnamon, toasted marshmallows, and grilling spices.
That toasted marshmallow is a picturesque way to describe the flavors that you get out of Jamastra.
Yeah, that is, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's a light, it's that light, how do you describe that? You know, it's a light,
it's not a heavy cream, but it's a light cream.
It's an airy type of nut.
Yes.
So they're saying that the Rojo comes in 3 sizes, the Rothschild, which is a 4.5 by 50.
Yeah.
And that's $5.99.
What?
A Toro 6 by 52 is $7.49, and the Giganta 6 by 60 is $8.49.
Those are incredible
all
prices.
Sub $9, sub 9. The Oscuro features a Matafina Oscuro wrapper.
A Matafina.
Matafina Oscuro wrapper. So
we've got Brasilia.
Yeah, but I don't know any other cigar that I've seen a Matafina, of course, but I don't know that I've seen a Matafina Oscuro.
The only other one that
Is that the Brazilian?
That's Brazilian, and the only other cigar that I know of that does a Matafina in the Oscuro is the Reconquisto from Ave Maria. That's a AJ Fernandez cigar.
Okay,
so that's the only one, and that's a luxury. That's a $26, $27 cigar.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're saying this is a Ecuadorian Sumatra binder and filler comprised of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan tobaccos create a medium plus. Go figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smoking experience brimming with notes of cherry cola, cayenne pepper, white pepper, molasses, and rye bread. I love all those things. I love rye bread. My wife can't stand it. Cherry cola, you give me cherries, yeah, I love that. Cayenne pepper, little kick,
yes.
Always love a little kick. And so the Oscuros, same price points. $5.99, $7.49.
That is beautiful.
Point. Yeah, that is.
And that cherry cola, that red to black cherry note that comes from that is the. My mind is just blank on the word that I'm looking for, but that describes what you get out of a Matafina beautifully, and especially a Brazilian.
Okay.
And I would say that with that Ecuadorian Sumatra, that you're going to pick up some tropical fruit notes in on a retrohell.
Okay. All right. Okay. When you say tropical fruit notes, what are you talking about? Are you talking about banana? For Ecuador,
it's banana because that's their biggest export.
Okay. Yeah, that would stand to reason. And I've grown. I think I've grown to enjoy, because it's coming out in more cigars, is the Jamastran wrap tobacco leaf.
Yes,
it's coming. I'm seeing that. You're seeing that more and more in cigars.
A lot of, yeah.
And so, to get to taste that, you guys have heard us talk before. When you get to taste just a single leaf of tobacco, and you understand what the characteristics are of that tobacco leaf by itself, and then you go, okay, I really like this. And now you're looking for it.
Now you're right.
In other cigars, off.
Right.
That are using it. And then you can start picking it up. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you're training yourself to be able to recognize them when you're associating flavors to particular leaves, particular seeds.
Right.
Now you know, oh, I'm really wanting this kind of flavor, and you can go and request that from your tobacconist.
Right. Exactly. Great news. Great cigar. Hope you guys are smoking something good. And stay tuned. We will be right back.
Today's cigar tip is brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars.
Okay, I'm in a dilemma here. You're not Steven, but can you give me a tip?
I can.
Okay.
I mean, it may not be as good as Steven's, but I got a tip.
All right, what do you got?
Right.
What do you got?
You know how when you're especially when you're at a lounge.
Yeah.
And you go to light your lighter,
right.
And you look and go, okay,
yeah,
I've got fuel.
Got fuel.
It just doesn't want to hit it.
Right. It's not doing it.
Can of air. And just take that can of air and just hit it right there on the
jets.
On the jets. Because as we're lighting it, some of that oils or some of the gas can kind of coat it up a little bit.
And ash falls in there, gets it all dirty. If you're going to send your lighter in for repairs, I guarantee you that's the first thing they're going to do.
Very first thing they're going to do.
So keep this around the house. Great tip, right, guys?
2 families, 1 cigar. Join the Ambassador Program today to make it a perfect blend.
All right, welcome back, guys. We are here for a cigar pairing, right? Dave's still here. That ain't Steven.
Nope.
He's been here the whole show.
I'm actually Dave this time, not trying to play Steven.
Exactly, because you can't do that.
No.
There's no chance.
I'm not an actor formerly known as Steven.
Right. But you, no, you didn't even play him on TV, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, right, okay. All right, so what are we going to do? One of our viewers said that he wished we would talk about some cigars that were a little bit more on the mild side.
I love that you guys as viewers put in a request. We've been asking for it, and we've got one of what a mild side cigar is, and a pairing with that.
Yeah, right. So we brought the Don Tomas Special Edition, is what I've got. This is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. The fillers are it is let me see, it was a Mexican, Nicaraguan, and Dominican fillers, right?
Okay.
So it is going to be a mild to, if it reaches medium, it might be on the low end of medium, but it's going to be on your more mild side.
So let's, a couple of things I want to touch point on.
Okay,
here,
okay.
One, there is not a tobacco seed leaf that is called a Connecticut.
Right.
So the Connecticut region, and the two primary leaves that they have is the broadleaf and the shade grown. The broadleaf comes from the Corojo. I'm sorry, the Criollo.
Okay.
And the shade grown comes from the Sumatra. So they're the hybrids off of both of those.
Cold draw on this, I'm getting like a walnut. You know?
That leads me a little bit towards the shade grown.
Yeah, it's like a dry, like a raw. It's not roasted. It's just like a raw walnut taste.
Yeah, that walnut. I'm definitely getting that on the cold draw, and then on the touch of the tongue, which is reminiscent of the earthy notes that we would get from the Sumatra shade grown.
Okay. It's a great looking cigar too.
Yeah,
I mean it's got some veins in there, but it's not like super veiny, and it's smooth. This is a classic cigar too. I mean, I haven't smoked a lot of Don Tomas, but they've been around a while.
So a mild cigar, typically when we consider a mild cigar, is where the flavors are not just bam in your face. Also, where there's been a little bit more fermentation or aging.
Okay.
And so that way that the nicotine levels and actually the acidity levels and the ammonia levels have toned down.
Okay.
So that it doesn't push forward that nicotine. So that's what creates the mild and the medium.
Okay.
That people typically want to go for.
Right, and that's what the viewer that was asking for this more mild cigars to talk about him is, I don't think he can handle the nicotine levels.
Yeah, and if you, so tip for you, here's another tip. If you have a cigar that seems to be a little bit stronger in those nicotine levels, just like a good red wine, age it. Because
it will mellow it out.
It mellows it out. What's mellowing out is those ammonia levels. And this is why cigarette manufacturers will spray ammonia when they're making cigarettes, because it amplifies that ammonia. I mean, it amplifies that nicotine, which amplifies the addiction factor.
And the addiction factor and everything else. And that's a whole different show right there. And we ain't going into it. But we're going to talk about this right here. Retro Hell on this is like nothing. I mean, it's like so smooth. It's just nothing.
That walnut's carrying through, and a little bit of graham cracker, a little bit of like that light dusty trail.
Yeah. Keep getting tobacco in my mouth. That's one of the things, with cigars. Some people, they get turned off by that, and that's just one of the things you get used to when you're smoking cigars. Now, if you V-cut it, you kind of get less tobacco in your mouth than a straight cut like this.
So depending if you
screw the V-cut up. But we need to match something up with a drink here. What'd you bring? Dave actually brought something. This is him, not me this time. I left it up to him. What are you going to bring, Dave? I'll bring the cigars, you bring the drink.
So this is Old Forester.
Oh, I love Old Forester.
I mean, we love Old Forester. They've got just some great expressions. And this one here is the King's Ranch. So this is paying homage to King's Ranch, which is the oldest ranch, not just in Texas, but the oldest ranch in the United States.
Is that the 4.6s, or is that?
It's King's Ranch.
King's Ranch. Okay, I can't remember.
It's King's Ranch.
Always get them, because there's some huge ranches in Texas.
Over 300 of combined years of combined history, each woven into the nation's fabric. Old Forester, the first bottled bourbon, and King's Ranch, the birthplace of American ranching. This expression is homage to the values that bring them together, including hard work, ingenuity, and lasting legacy. And we just we just paid our homage to Memorial Day just recently. And I thought this would be just a perfect continuation of that.
Okay. And you know, you got trucks that are King Ranch editions, you know, so it's all decked out. It's the best. I'll tell you this, Dave, I have tried this once before, long time ago. And I love, don't get me wrong, I love Old Forester, but that was not impressive to me. So I am willing, this is what all of us should do, I am willing to come back to it again with a different cigar, different mindset even, right? And give it another shot. It's not that it was like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I drank that. It was just like, I like 1920, I like 1910, I like the bottle and bond stuff. And their rye, Old Forester rye.
Old Forester rye.
But that one just didn't hit me like, oh my gosh, I love Old Forester.
See, and I'm a fan of 1920, 1910, 100 is, it's okay, which is the bottled and bond. Rye's good. Love the rye, especially in an old fashioned. When I can find an Old Forester rye in an old fashioned.
Okay, yeah. So now, is this a bottle of the Old Forester that you really enjoy?
I really enjoy it, and when it came out 2 years ago, I seeked it. I sought it out.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I always look for Old Foresters, and I like to keep. I have at least 5 bottles of Old Forester, different ones. The rye, the 1910, 20, 1897.
This is a $80 bottle.
Yeah, it's not
too bad.
It's not cheap. It's not super expensive, but you know, it's in the middle of the road there, and it is Old Forester, which is a solid bottle to buy. I mean, it's a solid bottle. So we've been smoking the cigar now. What are you're getting the walnut, you're getting
I'm getting walnut,
the graham crackers. It's the light taste, the bready notes. It's the bready, the lighter nuts, not the heavier nuts of the wheel. When I talk about that, I'm always picturing that flavor wheel in my head, knowing, you know, it's like my florals over here, then you go nuts, and then you got your meat over here, and you've got your woods and things like that.
It's got a nice natural sweet bready type note to it. You know, not sugary sweet, but you know, like when you're eating a nice piece of home cooked bread and it's got a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very relaxing, enjoyable cigar.
So my thought with this, Dave, is okay. Let's think about this. You guys have heard us talk about pairings and stuff on the shows before, and how we look at pairings and stuff. And I did tell him that I was going to bring a mild cigar, and so he chose to bring this. This being such a mild cigar, are you looking for something in the bourbon, whiskey, coffee, whatever you choose to drink, I mean, we don't want to overpower this, because as mild as it is, we don't want to overpower it. So is that going to be complimentary, you think, or is this going, you know?
I think this is going to just balance it out.
Balance it out.
I think it's going to balance it out, because this is a nice, simple, easygoing drink. I mean, we're coming in, it is a little bit of higher proof at 105. It's got some age to it. You're going to pick up some nice oils on it, but I don't think it's going to overpower this at all. I think it's just going to be a nice balancing, not enhance, not pull away, just nice complementary.
All right. So you need to talk less. You need to talk less and smoke more. You know, that's a common theme here in the cigar pairing. That's fine. That's why
you want me to smoke more, or do you want me to talk and explain?
I know. That's why we've got Dave on the show. I appreciate his knowledge in bourbon, and when we do wine, we'll have that. But the bourbons and the whiskeys definitely. So we've been smoking the cigar, ready to get into the drink. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Okay. Got a person off camera over here, in the audience. You're always welcome to come down here for a shoot and sit in the audience if you're ever in the area. But this is Old Forester King Ranch, right? Here we go. Okay, so Dave definitely enjoys it. Okay, not what I remember. Definitely right there, because the palate on this is definitely on the lighter side.
Yep. Light, buttery.
Yeah.
Very light, buttery, like if you're just drizzling the butter on your popcorn.
Even a light, really light, like a hint of caramel.
Yes, and I picked up caramel on the nose. Now, here's the thing about what we pick up. You know, just like with our cigars, we're going to pick up leather, we're going to pick up tobacco. You know, there's going to be standard notes that you're going to get
Right.
on every cigar, right?
Yeah.
On every bourbon, I should pick up some subtle hints of caramel, a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla, because those are standard notes. Now the mash bill and the aging and the type of white oak that they use, recipes, where the grains come from and such, that's going to change and bring out other notes on this.
Okay.
Aging, proof. This one here has some nice light oils, not too over-putting to overpower the cigar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good, for first sip, smoking into the cigar, definitely getting towards the second, third now. They are definitely, you know, I can still taste the cigar and I can still taste this, and it's not, you know, one is too much or one is too less or whatever. Yeah, that's a good pairing. I'm glad you brought that, because like I said, come back to it. You know, maybe you ate something the day before, and whatever you ate was influencing your palate, and when you drank this, you went,
Well, so, just like with the cigar, okay? So we have our favorite cigar that we get, and you know, a box of 20 or box of 25, you pick one out of one box, and it's not quite what you expected it to be. You know, it didn't burn right, too tight of a draw, there was tunneling in it, it was bitter, what have you. You're not going to just go and say, oh, I'm never smoking that cigar again. You know,
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Some people do, but I mean, if it's from a brand that you know and that you keep coming back to, you know, and that you have been smoking them for years, like with us with Old Forester, you're going to give it another chance.
Yeah, you should.
Because that's you know, you can pick a cigar from a different box and it's going to be a little bit different. Same thing with this. Yeah. These are all handcrafted. I mean, yes, they go through the distilleries, you know, and
all handcrafted.
All handcrafted. So as much as they try to make from bottle to bottle to bottle to bottle have the same expression and give you that same, you know, enjoyment. Right. You're gonna have some differences from bottle to bottle. So absolutely come back. Now, if you have the same experience, you know, a couple of different pours later, then you know, it's like,
same thing with a cigar. If you get one, which I've done before, I'm not going to name them, and I've smoked 2 or 3 of them, and I have the same issues with it. It's like, okay, I'm done with that brand. I'm done with it. They've shown me their colors, and I don't like it.
And I may come back and revisit a couple of years later. I may revisit if they have a completely new blend expression come out.
Or they got enough feedback and heard what smokers were saying about their cigars, and they went in and corrected it. And so, which I know, you know, Glenn Case with Christoph. Yes. I love talking to him, and he got that exact thing. People were complaining, plug cigars, plug cigars, plug cigars. And he was like, we got to fix this. And so now every one of Christoph's, I have never had a Christoph that has ever had a draw problem, because they draw test every single. They don't just pull 1 or 2 out of a wheel. They test every single one of them.
That's what I love about Luciano too, because every single cigar, you know, these guys put out
and then Luciano,
million cigars.
Luciano, you're talking about a palate and brain about tobacco like none
unreal.
Other. It's unreal. So let's get back into this, Dave.
Yes. So I've done cigar to drink.
To drink, and now we need to go drink to cigar.
We need to go drink to cigar, because the drink to cigar is where we're going to know if it's going to overpower.
Yeah, I've done cigar to drink 2 times so far now, and it's the same thing. I'm still picking up the cigar nicely, even though I'm drinking this on top of it.
And the cigar is not going to overpower. A light, medium, mild body cigar is not going to overpower a drink.
Yeah, there's that very light caramel. Yeah, that's. See, I don't mind it now. That was different. Yeah, drink to cigar, I really enjoy more. Drink to cigar rather than cigar to drink.
I'm with you. Drink to cigar actually kind of, it doesn't overpower, but it amps those notes up a little bit.
It did.
It brings that. I said it's starting off that light dusty note.
Mm-hmm.
It brought that up to where now it's a rich, deep, earthy note.
Yeah, more. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, earthy. Yeah, it just amped. Good. That's a good way to put it. Amped it up. Took the drink, then drew a cigar, and it was just. You guys know me. You sit here on the.
Take another drop because the long finish of this.
Yeah, it is still finishing.
The long finish. It still is amping up the cigar.
Yeah, but I do that so often. It's like I drink something in the middle of the conversation. Oh my gosh, what was that?
Yeah, we do that often.
Yeah, it's because I like to. Oh, okay, that was, and I'm trying to figure it out. I like to notice it, but then at the same time, I'm trying to figure it out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't, which is fine. All I know is, okay, that was interesting, and I like that. That was a good tasting note right there. Don't know what it was, but
you know what I want to try.
So. Go back.
I really want to try, and we've done a couple of our last 2 episodes that we did have been double pairings. I want to try the Revenant oak with this.
With this?
With this.
Interesting.
I wanted to give that one a try. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to go and grab that.
Wow. Okay. This was unexpected. I was thinking, okay, we're gonna go back to our old ways and just 1 bottle, and that was a fluke.
You made the mistake of doing that last couple episodes.
And then I made the mistake of bringing another really good bottle. So that is, we're gonna have to chug this.
I'm Ubering home.
Yeah, right. You're Ubering home. Yeah, yeah, that would be a good, because that is on the lighter side too.
It's on the
lighter
side.
And on the sweeter, it's got the sweeter notes too.
But we got a little bit of that peat and a little bit of that smoke that I have a feeling that the contrast between these two is going to really bring some things out in our cigar.
Yeah, that's still there. Yeah. Brent, you sure you don't want to try this? It really, okay. So when people say, Dave and I were talking about this before, when people say they don't like Scotch, they're usually saying, I don't like the ton of smoke and I don't like the peat. And this is a peated whiskey from Texas. But it is not like Laphroaig.
No.
It is not like Ardbeg, where it's just like Band-Aids, medicinal, in your face. This is different.
You still have some of that peat, some of that little bit of that medicinal note that's in there. Laphroaig is very smoky, and it's because it's the amount of smoke that they use when they're burning the peat.
Yeah.
Okay. The peat itself, and the combination of that smoke and that peat is what gives us that medicinal note.
Yeah, but some are more. I mean, it just straight up smells like Band-Aids.
And that, like an Ardbeg. Okay?
Yeah, Ardbeg straight up smells like Band-Aids.
It's the parts per million, the ppm.
Right, but I don't get that in this.
That's because they're using a lesser amount of peat.
Okay, it's sweeter, and the sweetness comes through more than the peatiness does.
It does.
So
it does.
Interesting.
And
okay,
I think that has to do with the fact that the strain of the barley that they're using.
Brent gave me a thumbs up over there. He's not a peat guy.
No, he's not.
So
we offered it to him at the beginning.
Not bad. Like, okay, he says not bad, not bad. Okay.
Now the test.
All right, so that's cool. Drink that. Are you smoking the cigar with us, Brent? Okay, Brent's got the same cigar with us. And so do your cigar to drink the cigar thing and see what you think, and you know which one you like better, you know which way, and which one did you just do, Dave? Drink to cigar to drink?
Cigar to drink.
Cigar to drink. Okay, I'll match him. I'll see your cigar to drink and match you.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's just delicious.
That is just delicious, isn't it?
Yeah, that is just really good.
You've just got very unique flavors that have come through on this.
Yeah.
To where that graham cracker and that light dusty trail type note comes in and hits the sweetness of the single malt.
See, that was, so this was, I already drank this. It was on my palate. I swallowed. It was still hanging around just a little bit. Then I took another draw of the cigar. And like you were saying, that dustiness, that walnut, that earthy is accentuated more through this drink. So I think, you know, so somebody, I know one of the individuals that likes the lighter cigars, he drinks mostly vodka, okay, which is a neutral spirit, okay? I think you need something that has some flavors in it.
Yes.
To bring this forward.
I think so too. Okay.
Yeah.
Drink to cigar now.
I thought we already did that.
We did cigar to drink.
We did? Oh.
Well, then we sandwiched it.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm smoking and drinking and
we're enjoying.
Yeah, we are.
Here's
I hope
another
you guys,
toast.
Exactly. Here's another toast to you guys. Have we not done a toast yet on the show? If we, you know,
that was a bit back.
Yeah, that was it. Right, but what are you guys? Are you guys more of a mild cigar? Or you do you seek out more Honduran? I'd like to know that. You know, do you? I mean, okay. So we talked about this, and it was funny. We talked about it on the last show. Had somebody over at the house to service my AC just for a warranty, you know, service it. Of course, he notices my license plate, which is cigar, and he goes, "So, tell me, what's your best cigar? What's your favorite cigar?" I was like, you got to be kidding me. We just talked about this on the show.
The one that's in my
hand. I said the one that's in my hand is always good, but I know what he's asking.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, there's no way I can tell you that. What you need to ask me is, what's your favorite tobacco? You know, if you start understanding cigars, start asking, what's your favorite tobacco region?
What's your favorite tobacco region? What's your favorite blend?
Blend.
What's your favorite leaf or seed?
Anything like it.
Yes.
Not your favorite cigar maker, you know, because this person, you know, he smoked a very name brand cigar. Nothing wrong with that, okay? And I don't smoke a lot of those. I smoke a lot more boutique cigars than I do.
I smoke a lot of boutiques.
Yeah.
And I'm really kind of coming back to a little bit of old school.
Yeah, but I was where he was at one time, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
That's fine. And so I understand that. It's like, well, what's your favorite cigar? If I could have just thrown out Padron, and he would have went, oh, yeah.
Padron 26.
Yeah, he would have went, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's so good.
Oh, yeah, so good. But, and that's a good cigar. But what is that tobacco? It's Nicaraguan. That's my favorite.
You know what's funny? I do that so often. Now, when someone comes to me and he goes, you know, find out that I'm into cigars, and they'll say, so what's your number one cigar? I'll throw out one that I may be smoking a lot of at that point in time.
Oh, that was good.
Drink to cigar.
Cigar to drink.
Oh, have you not done drink to cigar yet?
I don't guess I have. But that was still good. Cigar to drink was still good.
Wait till you do drink to cigar.
Oh, wait. I've got a little bit. I've got a sip in
there.
I've got a sip in there.
Okay.
All right. So we're still good. But
we
yeah,
still got
so
a show to finish.
we got to finish the show. Oh my gosh. So what do we thought? Give us our thoughts on this pairing right now.
This pairing was good.
Yes.
This pairing was good.
Yes. Okay.
But as I say, a pairing, that goes down in the books. This pairing was good, but not one that goes down in the books.
Okay.
This pairing here is one that I don't want to think about it. I just want to go and enjoy it, nice, relaxing afternoon. I'm going to grab something. This pairing would be in that realm. Okay.
All right. I got you.
This pairing, wow.
Okay.
This one here is one that I want to explore more and here's why. Single malts, especially peated single malts, are so difficult to pair, to near impossible to pair with your lighter, medium, sweeter, less prominent flavored cigars, especially ones that aren't necessarily predominantly from Nicaragua. Okay, to where they have those bold, peppery type notes.
Yeah, this is definitely not prominent Nicaraguan.
A single malt that pairs with what I would call a sweeter cigar. Because this is a sweeter cigar. It's not sweet like your sweet tips, sugar tips.
It's not sugary sweet, no.
It's that bready, sweeter note.
I think it's it's that kind of sweet. Because it's on the lighter side, it tends to, you think it's not salty, it's not sour, so it leans to the sweet side.
Yeah.
So great.
It's earthy, but it's not floral, and it's not fruity.
Right. It's definitely not floral. This, I think, would pair fantastic with a cup of coffee.
Oh, a cup of coffee?
With some cream in it.
Yes.
This one, coffee with cream.
Yes.
And I don't normally drink coffee with cream. It's normally...
I'm a cream with my coffee type drinker. But, okay, here's one for you.
Oh, okay.
We talked briefly about wines.
Briefly.
We mentioned the word.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned,
This would go good. This cigar here would go good with a nice, crisp, and I can explain it if we want to hear it, but a cooler climate Sauvignon Blanc or Chardonnay.
Right over my head. Have no idea what he's talking about.
Very, very crisp, citrusy type note.
Okay. All right.
Or a Pinot Noir.
See, I don't, if you say Pinot Noir or I know Sauvignon Blanc, Blanc is white, right? So, but you have a Bordeaux, that's a richer.
That's a red.
Okay, so
it's gonna be a red blend.
I can get that, but you start talking regions and grapes and this and that, and
we'll work on this. We'll work on this.
Okay. But back to this, we're gonna wrap.
He never drank gin until I came along.
We're gonna finish this up. So overall, Dave.
Overall, between the two pairings, this one's my favorite.
Okay.
I'm glad that I threw you off.
You definitely threw it out there because I wasn't expecting that, but I enjoy both of those.
Which was your favorite?
I like this one better.
Okay.
But they're totally different.
Completely different.
They're totally different.
No, wait. Brent, what did you think about the two together?
So I very much like the cigar to drink better than the drink to cigar, and I very much appreciated the whiskey when I went from cigar to drink. The whiskey's not bad, but when I went from cigar to drink, it made the whiskey much better.
Okay, so he enjoyed it. He said that he appreciated cigar to drink and enjoyed that more than drink to cigar, and cigar to drink helped him enjoy the drink.
Yeah, better.
Much more.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. That's what a cigar can do for you on a drink.
And that's what I enjoyed more was the cigar to drink. I enjoyed the cigar to drink more. And these two are totally different. If you guys have had these, I don't know. I mean, this is a Texas whiskey, Old Forester. I think that's
That's Kentucky. That's
you can find that. But if you have not tried Andalusia, you guys, I mean, there's a lot, like we've talked about it before. Some people don't like the Texas funk they find in the water, the limestone, everything, the water that we get. I enjoy it. So our overall rating of this cigar and pairing, I think it goes well with both of them.
I think it does.
You liked it more with this one.
Yes.
And I liked it with either one, but I like this better than that. But it's not to say that I wouldn't drink that one again.
I absolutely would drink this one and smoke this one, or a lighter body cigar with this one. Yeah,
exactly. So you guys, if you guys are pairing things out there, let us know what you're pairing. If you're a straight coffee guy or you're a straight water guy, I'd love to hear that stuff. If you are a bourbon person, whiskey person, and you're out there trying to find new things, let us know. Yeah, I know it's good. Let us know what you're smoking out there and drinking together, what you're pairing. Maybe we can find that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can go out there and I would love to do a pairing that you guys found favorable, and then we do that same pairing and go, dude, he was on point.
Oh, I'd love that. Absolutely would love that. Or coffee, teas. Not a nice tea, though. Not a nice tea.
Yeah. But anyways, great pairing, Dave.
Wines.
Yeah, great pairing, Dave. Another great pairing. I appreciate it. This was unexpected, double bottle. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and just let us know what you think, and we'll be right back after this. Pick up your collectible Texas Cigar Roadshow laser engraved whiskey glass at giftygarage.net. Dave, we're going to do a little review here. Got something that I think is kind of up your alley.
Maybe a little bit.
I like it. It's this is something fun to do at home. This is from Aged and Charred, and you can go out there and find them on their website, agedandcharred, okay, .com. But you craft your own flavor. Of your whiskey.
You craft your own flavor.
Craft your own flavor.
Okay.
Infusion bottle and 6 flavors. It's got the wood that they've got is oak, pecan, cherry, peach, and the flavors are orange peel and cinnamon.
Interesting.
So, very interesting.
Let's get this out of the way.
Okay, cool. All right, so what we've got here, you can see the box here, okay? The box there. Open this up. Take out the plastic on top.
Nice spot, nice.
So this is your infusion bottle.
Okay.
So you can see the infusion, and this is going to unscrew down below, and this is where you're going to, I've never done this, okay?
Okay, so that's where you're going to put the chips.
Right. You're going to unscrew this, put these wood chips inside this, screw it back on. It's got, you can see the little holes in there, so that wood is going to flavor whatever spirit you put in here.
Right.
Would you suggest, I don't know what they suggest, get a medium the road bourbon whiskey or a neutral spirit like vodka?
I would try, honestly, I would try it with both.
Okay.
I would try it with both. I would try it with like a white dog, a
moonshine?
Neutral spirit moonshine.
Okay.
A non-infused flavored moonshine.
Okay.
So try that first to see. Let it sit, let it age for a bit, and see what kind of flavors you get.
Yeah, this is going to tell you how long to let it sit, and of course, the longer you let it sit, the more infused it's going to become. But we've got wood in here that is cherry. You've got peach over here. Mm-hmm. You've got pecan over here. You've got some orange peel over here. And then cinnamon right here. And then oak in this one. So I would probably, wouldn't you like mix a wood with a flavor maybe?
I would. And if you're wanting to, okay, so let's talk about the different styles a bit. Okay, so if I'm wanting to go with a little bit more of a weeded bourbon style,
Okay.
I would go with the oak and the cherry.
Oak and cherry, okay.
If I wanted to go with a little bit more of a rye style, I would go with maybe with the oak and the peach.
Okay.
Get a little bit of stone fruit in there, because we
Okay.
get our stone fruit notes from the rye.
Okay.
Okay, so if I want him to go with a little bit more of a balance, then I would go maybe with the cinnamon, orange peel, and the pecan.
Okay. So a little bit of, you know, mix a little bit of each of them together, because like you can see here, this container is not that big.
No.
So you want to put a little bit of
each
in there. You're going to put those back in there, screw that in. You've got your wood in there. You put your spirit in here, screw that back on, boom, turn it up, let it sit.
Now, you're going to have to be patient with this.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to be patient with this. This isn't something that you can go and put this in and then the next week come back and try.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be patient, give it some time to come back, and then see what kind
I think
of flavors
this
you
would
get.
be a fantastic Father's Day gift. This would be something.
As a dad myself,
Yeah.
I would love this.
This would be fun to do, to try to make something that who knows what it would turn out, and you're like, oh, I got a good creation here. Make sure you jot that stuff down so you can repeat it. But it's got a pretty good amount. If you look at each of these, it's got a pretty good amount.
That's a good amount.
Yeah.
And what I like about this is that the size of the glass here, the size of the bottle, allows you to experiment. That way, if you wanted to come back later, then you can get one of those, you know, those 5-liter type oak barrels.
Okay.
And then really start experimenting with it. With having some type of awareness or some type of knowledge or knowing what you're going to get out of this.
All right,
I
great.
think this is great.
This is a fantastic little kit. It's fun. Even if it's not Father's Day, it would be fun to do if you're a bourbon enthusiast and you want to experiment with coming up with something new. I think this would be a great little product to have for your anybody who enjoys bourbon.
And so agentcharred.com.
And I think that's pretty good little product, right?
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's empty, Dave.
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
Yours is too.
Yeah, I know it. But it's the end of the show, right?
It's right.
It's the end of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, we had a surprise. Dave pulled out another bottle, you know, that we had for the toast. And, I mean, why not, right?
Explore the pairings.
Exactly. We had a great tip. Smoked the McAuliffe Small A when we were doing some news. That's always a great cigar. If you guys haven't had it, you need to find the McAuliffe A. Fantastic cigar.
If you haven't had any McAuliffe, you're missing out. Go find them.
Exactly. And in the meantime, guys, you know, I appreciate you guys watching. Help us continue to spread the channel in clicking the like button, subscribe, the notification bell, all that social media stuff. Share it. Let your friends know about what we're doing here. We try to do something a little bit different, which is a little bit of news, a little bit of cigar pairing, to try to mix it up, you know?
And if I may, since I'm actually in this part.
Oh yeah, you are. You're sitting right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'm not Steve. Go out and look us up, Leaf and Grain Society. You will be able to see them in the notes, because thank you, David, for always putting them in the notes. Go out and hit our like and subscribe to us as well.
Yeah, his is a totally different show than ours. You're talking to manufacturers and cigar makers and reps. And
we're doing live pairings.
You're doing live pairings and things like you and Ash Red. Is she back on the show? She's doing good or no?
We're going to come back probably the second half of the year.
Okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, that's what I'm saying. We just try to do something a little bit different and give you a variety. And we always appreciate you guys tuning in and giving us a like, share, and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about. The cigar community it is coming together and it's like no other, right? Because like we say, you know, until we see you again, enjoy the leaf,
grow the culture.
and then what do you say?
Explore the pairings.
That's right. We'll see you guys.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.